podcast.
She not gonna come over too much. I'm trying to get Candace on camera.
What happened?
I be trying to get Candace on. But she's this close. That was good. That was dope.
What we got? We got.
You want my smoke?
Out, right?
Y'all just saw that hand take my smoke away.
Where's Kay? Where's my next guest? No.
Yo, my new producer.
Okay.
My new producer don't play. Yo, he out there getting them. He about that
next guest? I saw him coming.
My new producer is also an investor, and he's trying to make sure that money get coming in. So he don't fucking play around, boy. He don't play around.
No, where's the time? Oh, damn. Am I on time? Am I on schedule?
Listen, I want to give a shout out to sneakerhead legend, big flipper, master investor, aka the producer, K. Karan, he don't play.
Crazy, right?
Right on time.
Mud Brothers. Out the mud and
can I have my shit
back? In the mud right now.
Yeah, it's Rossin. That ain't your grandma's distillate pen.
He says not your grandma's distillate.
Yo, she's trying to rip my distillate pen like it was some cheap. Like, this is expensive. This is that Mud Brothers, don't you know?
Woo! Yeah, let me catch my bearings. Our next guest is an incredible woman who's in the cultivation space. Now, I always feel away because we don't always have too many ladies on this show. And obviously there's not that many ladies in cannabis, there's not that many ladies in a lot of fucking things, but we're trying to change that. So today we are going to be talking to Ebony from Equality Cannabis, and she's a cultivator. Ebony?
Oh, come on.
Hello.
Watch out, Jalen.
Uh-oh, Jay.
Jalen, you're producer. Yeah, there you go, buddy.
There you go.
That's your producer. Oh, you trying to get up? Have a seat here.
Thank you.
So just talking to the pad top, just so we can hear you. Padded top, so we hear you well.
It's like far enough. Then you.
Look, just talk into it. Don't worry about looking at me.
Yep. And we're live, so say hello.
Which camera?
Whatever
Either one
you
can catch you. Don't worry
desire.
about it.
All right, sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So thank you for coming on our show.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Coffee and Cannabis live at NECANN. Live. This is live. We are
Exciting.
Yeah, this is different, but Jalen, he's always pushing us to our limits. So we are excited to have you on. Obviously, you are a cultivator. You got a license for cultivation, right? So tell us a little bit about your company and what you're doing and where you're from, because you in Atlantic County.
Yeah.
So
right
that's still down
so
here.
I live about 10 minutes away from here.
Okay.
So we started off as, and I say we, it's my company. I have Janelle, she's helping me out. She's our operations manager, and then Ellie, she helps me out with social media marketing things. Techie is not my thing. I got into this with quality, being just quality obsessed and focused, and noticing that we needed quality. Dispensaries here have shit, so we started our journey with the micro license, then expanded off to class 1. And we've partnered up, spent weeks on a farm and an island off of Hawaii in there, just really getting to know how they produce quality, really, really clean weed, because their shit over there is so clean, and the way that they grow it,
You put me onto something. I'm not aware of that.
And I also was gonna say, you went from micro to standard. You gotta slow down. You got a lot of things we gotta pick apart.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you were micro first.
I got my license in micro.
Okay.
I started off, and this is kind of like I said, all by myself. So I'm navigating everything, trying to figure it out how to get from micro. Then I expanded to the class 1. As soon as it was legal too. And
so are you already producing?
No, I am not.
So what made you start micro and then jump if you haven't started producing yet?
Because it was easier. I felt it was easier to get in as micro.
Okay.
And then they were only allowing the 30 cultivators, and then 16 were already given. So there was only about like I forget how many. It was very little cultivators they were going to be allowing to go expand beyond micro. So I'm like, all right, let me get my foot in the door. And it took me so long I've been through so much shit, so many different buildings, so many different partnerships, so, attempted partnerships, and just navigating through a lot of what I don't want, what type of partnerships that I don't want. what type of quality that I don't want. So I came across somebody that produced genetics in Hawaii. It was the cleanest smoke I've ever experienced, and I followed him. I had it one time in New York. I followed him all the way to Hawaii, an island off of Hawaii. So it's not even. It was. I met this person one time, and we went. Me and Janelle and I all went to this island. And it was something out of a movie. They took us just kind of back roads, no. This island had no stoplights, and the whole entire island. So it was, everyone knew that we were there, and we just toured all of their farms, and there was kids on the farms. We learned about the microorganisms in it, so we are going to be replicating the red dirt here to recreate the quality and the cleanness that they use. They don't use any fertilizer, and it's all within the nutrients within the red dirt. So that's what we're going to be replicating here, and going to make sure that we're getting the cleanest quality. And it's been tough. We've had a couple partnerships that we didn't really gel with us, and up for and keeping that vision up front has been the biggest challenge. We've gone into 3 different municipalities. I've gotten approvals in 3 different municipalities, and the real estate aspect didn't work out. I'm a real estate agent. I'm a real estate investor. That's what I do by trade.
Wow.
So I flip houses in the area in Atlantic County, but just the legalities going within the cities and having to do all the lobbying and everything myself has been a little time consuming, and then I haven't been funded by anyone yet, so
minority woman owned too, right?
Yeah. It's
okay.
Just myself. Yeah. So
that's dope.
Yeah, it's just been.
I like, and that's why I wanted to break it down a little bit, because we like to offer strategies for people on the show and show the type of unique things that people do to go through licensing, predatory, and all the other nonsense that gets done. But you used the strategy of entry through micro because it was going to be easier, and then transfer over to a larger, and also the fact that you knew to even do that, because Corey and I often talk about micro licenses, especially in cultivation. They're not necessarily the most profitable, and people don't understand that.
Yeah, it definitely costs a lot, and there's different ways that you can go about it. I mean, we have an option. I have a storage full of lights that can light up my whole facility. That I went on a road trip down to Colorado and got a whole truckload of lights and equipment from the whole grow that went down. So I have, all my equipment sitting here ready to go. To go with, different type of grow. Yeah. But even our Hawaiian growers, they like to do kind of that guerrilla style. They like to kind of go old school, and we like to keep just the lights that you have instead of going with a more technique. So it's because he's like, the plants talk to me. So I don't really need all this tech to talk to me.
More natural.
Oh yeah. Everything is the plants literally will talk to you. It'll be like, okay, this needs more of this, and it really creates more of a clean environment. The way that their ancestors were used to cultivating it, and they're like, we've tried reinventing the wheel, doing a bunch of things, and it comes down to just doing it the way that their ancestors have. Or nothing like that. So it's chicken shit is the worst that they use. That's
going to be some really, really fly, what we would call boutique weed, right?
Oh yeah.
Just like, and that's what I tell a lot of people. Is like, listen, if you're going to go the route of trying to do cultivation has a minimum margin, right? It's a way tighter margin than retail, but it leaves that opportunity to do super, super high level, boutique luxury weed and products from that. It comes with a cost, and you've got. But I think that's super. I think every market needs both, right? You have your Walmart, but you still have Louis Vuitton, right? So the MSOs are going to make Target weed, right? Some of them ain't that good. They make it Walmart weed. Careless. Anyway, but then you still got the luxury products and items that going to cost a little bit more, but the care is there and the quality is there, and what you get from that quality. They pictures anyway, paparazzi everywhere. Quality and that care in it, which also can change the effect and the feel and the high that you're getting from it too, right? And I think that's huge. That's really big.
Yeah, it's like keeping that cleanliness throughout has been the biggest challenge. Because I mean, we can, their cost to produce over there $100 a pound. They've mastered it. They can master and they cultivate and got it down to the very, very highest quality, and it only costs them $100 a pound to do it.
It's that natural.
However, in a facility, they're estimating around $500 a pound. So that is, of course, you have so many different things here. Now you got to tack on so much security monitoring. There's a lot of different things that go into it. So it's that, of course, tacks on a lot of it. It goes beyond just the electricity, the water, the real estate. So much that goes beyond it. And, speaking of real estate, that has been one of the biggest challenges that we have been facing. It's even more so than dealing with the municipalities. I've dealt with 4 or 5 different municipalities, and you deal with some corrupt shit. You deal with, of course, but you deal with the real estate. You deal with a lot of the owners are like, oh, okay, you're interested in it for that? Okay, I've had 3 times. The owners, as soon as I got them approved with the city for the location for cannabis, they wind up multi-state operators.
Yeah, that happens.
I do my lobbying myself. I speak to them. I get everything approved myself. Like it's like
approved, and then they upsell to an MSO, and you're just left holding the bag.
3 times.
That's
what
wild.
The fuck?
Yeah, welcome to cannabis, y'all.
Yeah. And I tell you, it's months. I've had to get my license, and I had to get it approved by the state, resubmitted everything like that, my license twice, because of all this stuff. So it's like, past the extensions. I go through all this stuff to get my approvals. I do my design, my implementation, everything based on specific building. Yeah, that's a good idea. And they literally take it and will sell it to MSOs.
We be telling y'all the struggles out here are real.
It's a cutthroat business.
Yeah. But you're overcoming it all.
Yes.
So here we are.
Here we are.
That's
I get to say that I've done it.
Yes.
A handful of times.
Yes. And to be honest, I know sometimes when we go through challenges, it's like, what the hell, why me? But I'm a firm believer in it's always for preparation for something greater. You have been through so much, and you've learned how to navigate it in a way that a lot of people have not done in a hands-on fashion, right? You just said you're doing so much of this yourself. At the end of the day, you're going to be so valuable with information and skill because you've literally done the work. So you've done beyond the work of being in Jersey, just to hear that you traveled all the way to Hawaii, right? You have a light situation, like you're actually making sure to get the information, to do the research, and to be armed with the information to bring the best quality here to New Jersey. And I think people really need to pay attention to that for cultivators that they want to support in the kind of boutique weed. Like, this woman went to fucking Hawaii.
Hawaii, Massachusetts, Colorado. We've traveled a lot. Different tours, different facilities, seeing how different people operate. A lot of it to really dive in, and we've talked to a lot of different people, and we've gone through all the different steps to learn. Exactly like you said, we could have partnered up with an accountant to handle certain things, and different consultants and things like that. But it was a lot of let's try to figure it out, because I can't manage a team or tell somebody how our brand is going to operate or how we want to operate without going through these hurdles ourselves. Yeah. What does it take to get cities to approve you? Let me go and stand in front of that of times, and you know what? 4th time, 5th time, I'm gonna be an expert at it. Yep. I'm going through these hurdles, but it's great, and it's great to be able to tell the stories and understand. Yeah, I've gone through the licensing process. I've had to get dealing with the CRC multiple times and stuff like that, and it's been a process, and I have zero regrets. Going through it, it's definitely making me stronger to be able to.
You might secretly be like one of the best lobbyists in the state on some independent shit. Like, people don't even know. They're like thinking of like a lobbyist at a big company. It's like, nah, she's actually the best lobbyist out right now. It's a whole consulting job for you. Someone get her a consultant job. You know what I mean?
ASAP.
Yeah, someone send her a bag, because she to be able to. It's hard enough getting through this shit once.
Right.
And she's done it multiple times. Lobbying on the CRC state level, to get through that multiple times, like lawyer extraordinaire, lobbyist, woman of the people. Like,
well, keep going.
You know, cultivator.
Latina.
You know what I mean?
Yes. I love it.
Hawaiian dancer. Fuck it. No, that's wonderful. I look forward to selling your weed in our store.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely can't wait to provide it here. So
yeah. So do we maybe have I know it's hard to say timeline, but what can we expect next? And how can the people support you?
Well, I'm looking for investors or partners. I'm open to what that looks like.
Bring the money.
Yes, that would be great. Come support the local Hawaiian grown. What was it? How else can they help me?
Yeah, how can people support? You got everybody watching right now. Everyone, what do you need?
Equality Cannabis.
Yep.
And I mean, watch the story. We are going on a hunt, an epic hunt, to try to find the best quality and figure out how to make that happen. It's been a journey. And having more followers, watch our story, and providing any support. I don't know. I'm in real estate, so I get all these buildings and properties approved too. So maybe.
There we go. There we go.
Awesome.
Equality Cannabis, super dope.
Thank you,
We appreciate the having you.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. Enjoy the rest of your conference.
Bag.
Oh, we got a gift for you. There you go.
So we appreciate you.
Yes.
You know, we big merch game.
You've been coined.
You know what I mean?
Coffee and cannabis. Yes, Mama.
Thank you
Take
so
care, all
much.
right? We look forward to it.
Oh, watch your phone.
Guys, we are
All right.
live in NECANN. Like, comment, subscribe. We got one more individual. Is fucking big time, all right? This is the man that you need to know if you want to operate in this city. But the great thing is that this city is for cannabis. It knows the power of cannabis. Some of the people in the city have, that now work in government, have transformed their lives, have seen what cannabis prohibition and the war on drugs has done to cities that are like, just like I'm from Jersey City, like big major cities, right? Like we've been harmed the most from the war on drugs. But this city has representation. You good? Okay.
Sorry.
This city has representation. Is really, really for the people and really here for cannabis and making sure that we bring the industry to the next level. So in the interim, are we waiting?
Yeah, we're waiting for Kash to roll up.
How you like this?
It's cool.
Yeah. I'm
But
getting cold.
I don't be liking. I love people, but I'm a hermit crab myself.
Yeah.
And now you made me not just deal with one new person, but multitude of new people.
Yeah.
No one respects my triggers.
Yeah.
No one respects my triggers. I have an Aries moon. Candace told me so, and nobody cares. I'm holding in this anger and rage through my. And I think I'm a 5-time Cancer, something like that. And I'm a Gemini Cancer cuss baby or something. And Venus is in what? Venus is the Gemini, goddammit. Don't y'all know?
Does Candace know Corey's whole chart like the back of her? She's feeding
she
him.
really know my whole chart. Yeah. Y'all don't understand. I just wanted to smoke and disappear. And with Alyza, doing shit that's outside my comfort zone. But you gonna be high as hell hitting that.
I am.
All day.
It's good. Yeah, I am high. Yeah, it's happening.
Oh, she's vibed out. Listen, I'm from South Jersey, where Jersey Club be popping. And when Little Uzi Vert was in the background playing while she was talking, I just want to do this. Yeah. I was like, I'm about to bust it out over this. I was like, y'all don't even know. I was about to get my Jersey Club on right in the middle of the interview.
Shout to Uzi.
I don't
and
know
who's
if
the producer? Jayla knows
I don't know
him.
if the mics can pick up all the background
What's his
stuff.
name?
But there's music playing in the convention.
MC Vert.
And little Uzi Vert was bumping in the background, and it was lit.
Oh,
and I was about to rock.
Good. This is a nice setup. Did we?
Candace is over here doing pictures and shit. Right?
You're doing a good job.
Jakora got the Telflare bag and stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's just big money over here with all the investors.
Big money.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I am
Pictures.
high.
You know what I mean?
Pretty high. Did your production assistant, is he?
He's searching for him.
Okay.
Alyza, you're in a picture. I'm not in the picture. how you got that angle to get all three of us in that picture is crazy. You know what I mean?
I'm so high.
Our investors are over here looking like wealth.
There's a lot of shmoney around this.
There's a lot of money
booth.
standing around that table. Big investments. White Telfair bags and all that, you know what I'm saying? Jakora not even looking at us. She don't even see it. She in her own world.
I think she got the Coach band.
Yeah.
She got,
There's a lot of money over there by that table.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Another bag of money just walked up to the table. We talking about how many bags of money is around.
Oh no.
All right, so yo, it's all good. We're gonna take a quick break from our live show real quick.
Are we allowed to do that, Jalen?
To get things before we have a heavy hitter come out.
Okay, there we go. You see? He complains about being on a podcast, but he's outstanding. He's excellent. All right.
You like how I outroed that quick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I got to pee. Corey, come on. Actually, Kash, what we're going to do is we're going to call you in. So, yeah. So stand out, and we're going to do like an intro for you.
All right, well, it's okay. That's okay. I'm saying unless one of them went to go tell her that. So that
Jalen, it's good?
It is what it is. What it is. Well, you need to go have a conversation. Yeah.
All right. We good?
Send an email to Todd. COE. That's their shit. They need to fix it and make it work. Yeah. Yeah. So. Understood. Yeah. No, it is what it is. There's not what we can do about it. All right. Appreciate it.
Faded.
Work. Sorry.
All right, hardworking man. Jalen, are we back? Did you unmute me? All right. Listen, live from NECANN. This has been incredible. We're in Atlantic City, and we're doing this live. This is our first time doing Coffee and Cannabis podcast live. Corey, what do you think? You love it?
I'm high.
You're high. Yeah, we've been talking to a lot of people, but this person who's coming on is big time.
Here?
Yes.
By AC Lee.
Yes,
so
he was.
Dope.
Yep. Kash is the guy in Atlantic City. And if you don't know who that is, then I don't know where you've been living under a rock. This guy's been doing great things for Atlantic City Cannabis, and he decided that he was going to come talk to the Coffee and Cannabis podcast. So without further ado, please, Kash.
Come in. This side.
We add the clapping. No,
facing that way.
Because I am so proud. Political officials doing the right thing, the right way, putting on for their city.
Yes, yes.
Please, I want you to tell everybody, whatever people think, I want you to clear the air right now, set the record straight, talk about AC Cannabis.
Without a doubt. First off, welcome to the town. Welcome to Atlantic City. We do things a little different out here. I'm not a politician. I am. I'm on the school board, so technically I am an elected official. I try to straddle that line because, you get too government, it seems like you lose yourself.
Yeah.
You stay too community, too hood, it seems like you're not growing and elevating. My name's Kashawn Mckinley. Everybody calls me Kash. My title is Director of Constituent Services for the City of Atlantic City. The Czar, the chair to the Atlantic City Cannabis Review Board. The mayor is my mentor, my big homie, my right-hand man. So I'll just take y'all back on a quick story just to learn a little bit about me.
Yeah.
Born and raised in Atlantic City. I did high school at a city that's about 7 miles away, Pleasantville. So I represent Atlanticville. I get flack for that, but I gotta shout out both cities. But Atlantic City is my hometown. Working in the mayor's office, 2019, he came in. He brought me. I'm not a government guy. I'm a community guy. I'm a guy that whatever you want done in your community, wherever you want to put the microphone on something, you come get me. %. And people know I have an influence and a following in this city. A lot of times, and I talk all over the place, so bear with me. A lot of times, people don't truly know the community of Atlantic City, right? So I take this position extremely serious. The mayor came in 2019. He brought me in as his aide, as his assistant. So from 2019 to 2022, I would go in every room he went into. And as a mayor of Atlantic City, a lot of people don't understand that that's a very, important role because we travel throughout the state. We tapping in with governors, with different mayors. We're changing the policy, but also we're doing it our way. We're doing it a way where the community can still be proud, and we change the morale and the layout of Atlantic City politics, where now the entire city wants to back us. They want to get a part of us because they know. Me, like our mayor, he's the youngest elected official in Atlantic City history. He's a Hall of Fame basketball player. He used to throw the greatest parties in Atlantic City. His wife is the superintendent of all schools, so he runs government. His wife runs schools. I'm on the school board. We run this like a family. We want everybody involved. So when I had the opportunity, now I'm the director of constituent services, and cannabis was becoming legal. It was already legal. It was becoming a real big thing in Atlantic City. So I kept going to the mayor saying, yo, you're going to be the mayor of marijuana. You're going to be the mayor of marijuana. I just said that because it was like a little slogan. He don't smoke, never smoke. He don't care about it. So he's like, nah, bro, just let the state do what they need to do. And this before we had anything planned. So me being a guy I am, that Drake lyric came to mind. I'd rather ask for forgiveness than permission. So I went to the mayor. I'm like, yo, let me create an advice. And, he likes to be a smart guy, but our personal conversation, I'm like, so you're not looking dumb, and me just saying that phrase, he's like, bro, I don't be looking dumb. It's the state. So long story short, he kind of shot me down like, nah, just let the state. So I know the mayor, like that's really my guy. So I'm like, okay, I got you. So I start going throughout the whole city. So in most cities, there's stakeholders, people who are very important to the town that helps that town do what they need to do. Mm-hmm. So in our city, it's like Atlantic Care, that's our hospital, Stockton, that's our university, CRDA, that's our state agency. So I just went out to all these stakeholders. I ain't say nothing to the mayor. And I'm like, yo, look, I'm creating an advisory board on cannabis for the mayor. Would you like to be a part of it? So, they seen the vision, they know me, and they know my relationship with the mayor. So they was like, oh, well, we're sitting down. He walks in the office. So I got all these people in here. And he's like, yo, what's this going on? I'm like, this is your first cannabis advisory committee meeting. And he's like, let me talk to you for a second. So he pulled me out. He's like, ain't my fucking cannabis. This is our relationship. So I'm like, bro, just sit back, chill. I got you. Fast forward, we go to the Breakfast Club, DJ Envy and them. So DJ Envy, is a big supporter of Atlantic City, doing real estate and all that stuff out here. So he asked the mayor about cannabis. They was talking about mad stuff. So he's like, hey, mayor, what's going on with cannabis? Legalized in Jersey, Atlantic City. What y'all gonna do with it? This is the first time ever the mayor was like, my aide, Kash, Mckinley is spearheading that. And I'm just sitting over there like, yeah.
Done.
This was the first time that he publicly said that I was that guy, and that's all I needed. But I needed him to do it publicly. So once he publicly did that, my phone started ringing. Now I officially did it. And the people that I utilized, I love them and they help support this, but they weren't really the people that I wanted to be a part of the Cannabis Review Board. I just needed those figureheads and those names so the mayor could be, okay, let me get a little reserve. So what we really did was we started in-house. I picked somebody from the Planning and Development Department, which is the director. I picked the director from License Inspection. I picked one guy from the community. I picked a council member. Who's a part of it. He's not on the actual board, but he's just a part of it. So what we do is we just create legislation. We figure out who we want to be here, where we want to see it at. And ultimately, my goal is to make Atlantic City the East Coast hub for cannabis. But the only thing that's different about Atlantic City that people don't understand sometimes is, we make more money than any city in the state of New Jersey. We have casinos. And a large part of that money, not just from the casinos, from people that come here, leaves Atlantic City. Atlantic City is an urban city. Most people don't know that, and it's a tale of two cities. When you go on the air show, it's 500,000 people outside, money spending, everybody's having a good time. I can literally where my folks is at on the north side, and you'll see like, can we curse?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Of course.
Like, shit's
Yeah.
a little different.
The trenches.
From here to here.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to do is we're trying to change the mentality. I'm using the cannabis industry, to help change the mentality of my people. Like my people, urban people, I get along with everybody. You understand? But my people, sometimes we tend to want to be more like a Patterson, a Newark, a Bridgeton. When I try to tell them like, yo, we are black people on a beach resort. We supposed to be out here with our shirts off. We supposed to be, enjoying the ocean, tapping into all the people that come here. We get 30 million annual visitors, and we don't sell a part of ourselves. So me being like I'm literally Atlantic City. Like anytime I speak, anytime I'm representing or even entertaining or welcoming, I'm going right back to the community, and they see this stuff online. They don't follow it as much, but they hold me to a different standard that they will hold a regular politician to, because I'm
from
not
of them.
I'm still with them. They're of us, but when you get 45 years old, 52 years old, you're not still going to a cookout in the village to video shoots of my man that's trying to get his rapping career that might have a couple felonies. I'm still actively supporting the community, right? I don't support violence. I don't support criminal activity. I don't support none of that, but I support my people trying to figure this out. Yeah. And now that I'm in position, it's a win. Like I walk to the town and they look at me as hope. Still, we got a shot. And all this is about, for real, is love. First and foremost, I want to show some love to you guys, because I do follow you guys on Instagram. I have been following your journey a little bit, and it is inspiring. Like my folks look at me as the one, and I know the only way I'm going to get better is iron sharpens iron. I got to take a little bit from you guys. I got to take a little bit from them. But most importantly, when you come to Atlantic City will be the East Coast hub for cannabis. And this will be the headquarters for New Jersey. So this is always home base for y'all, to make sure that y'all comfortable, y'all got what y'all need, because, we can walk through anywhere in the city. Now that I'm in government, we can actually walk through, the south side and go through the government part of it that we typically don't engage with. But Atlantic City's open, man. Welcome.
So
hold on.
Welcome.
I know I got so many questions.
This went from a mayor zone.
Yes. Green
zone, sorry.
Green zone.
Yes.
Good.
So so the green zone. So what happens is like my mayor, he doesn't micromanage. He's all about cash. Look, let's been cut, let's redevelop, let's revitalize, let's get these people money, let's get people in houses, home ownership. Like we do everything. He is a visionary. He's the guy that's going to really turn Atlantic City up, where now y'all really like, oh snap, I want to live in Atlantic City. I want my second home out there. Atlantic City's back, because we're not in competition with nobody but ourselves, because we know what Atlantic City is capable of. We have the best.
Almost bought property here last year.
A couple times.
It's not almost. I guarantee.
She got beat out this one time.
I guarantee you now she will have property in 2024. Because the reason I'm saying she's going to have it now is because this is the right time. We're putting together this crazy play out here that if it goes through, when it goes through, value of Atlantic City the property taxes, it will be a relief for everyone who owns property. Unbeknownst to a lot of people, Atlantic City has the cheapest property value on the East Coast. From Maine to Florida, we have the cheapest property value, ocean.
I literally just said that. I was like, where else can you go in Jersey and get beachfront property for under $500,000?
Yeah.
I mean, you got properties here that's like $200,000-$300,000, condos, and you can't beat that.
Yeah, we just had an actual citywide auction yesterday. Online. It was an online auction. Did very well. We do a lot of auctions. We just want people back here so they can understand how this administration runs things. We give it up different, man. We give it up really, really different, and it's a beautiful. Not knowing what space we was going to be in, and me jumping in that driver's seat and skirt, I'm all gassed. Normally, I got to have a lawyer with me. Like, I have to have a lawyer. No, I'm not even being funny. The last interview I did, I got suspended for 10 days. And the mayor suspended me, and I'll be ripping it because now he makes jokes off of the stuff that I was making. I was running for school board, and then the opposing team did exactly what they're supposed to do. Like when I do interviews, I'm very, very colorful and very loose. So I said some stuff that I knew I knew who my audience was. Like this was they were funny guys. I was saying funny stuff, but then older people seeing it, it was like, oh my God, I can't believe that's Kash. I mean, I know how to code switch. I know how to talk to the Bangladesh community one way. I know how to talk to the senior. The gang, I'm talking this way. Right. So, but that's what government and just maturity is: knowing your audience, knowing when to say stuff and when not to. But most importantly, one thing that has got me in this seat is solely my gift of gab, my ability to communicate. So that's one thing that I try to tell people: you're not going to limit. You're not going to limit me saying what I want to say, because I'm never saying nothing disrespectful. I'm never harming nobody. I'm never belittling or downplaying nobody. I'm just going to give it to you, the Atlantic City Kash way.
Raw and real.
Raw and real.
And there's nothing wrong with being authentic.
That's a fact.
And government needs a lot of that. And one thing that I want, there's a lot of things that you spoke about, but I'm really proud to know that you're in this space. A lot of us, and it is hope for people. They think that we don't belong in some of these rooms, and when we go in and we show how capable we are, that you can code switch, do whatever, but that you could add value.
Yes.
And the value that you added in this capacity was you told him before really everyone knew that you needed an advisory board.
Yep.
What do you think made you know that? And then what made you strategically pick the people, not the stakeholder part of it, but when you actually put people on the board, what made you know that the people that you picked were important people to be representative of that board?
Okay, so this is what's going to be needed. It's very simple. The casino industry. We already have an industry in Atlantic City, and this industry is not doing enough for the community. Don't get it twisted. The casino industry is a beautiful industry because one thing for us locals, no matter your education, your background, your history, who's who, what, you can always go get a security job in the casino.
Yep.
You can walk 3 blocks. You can always have employment. That's one thing that we will always have. So I can't knock them for that, because a lot of my folks are uneducated, maybe have some felonies or some criminal background. In the casinos, you can still get a job. So that's something that I cannot knock them for. Right now, the mayor is my mentor. I'm not no entry level nothing. I'm a boss. I'm a leader. I'm somebody that want equity in the business. And it's like them days of giving us this. Most importantly, this is what it is. This is why I knew we needed an advisory board. Throughout the history of time, the darker shades of people have always been treated harsh and treated unfairly. It's very simple. If we're not at the table when it's time to make rules, regulations, discussions, not at the table, then we can't necessarily represent and ask for or even write what we want. Yep. So I knew if cannabis is coming to Atlantic City and I'm in position with the mayor, and I could possibly be the guy that run cannabis, because it was a wide open lane. There wasn't nobody there. Like in our city hall, everybody has every director. I'm a director. Every director has director of public works, director of planning and development, director of this. Right, my director, like the mayor created this position for me. Granted, that's my man.
Big homie.
But my job is to find solutions for everybody's problems. But cannabis is a new thing that nobody was doing. So I say, yo, why not me? Right. That's what I'm saying to myself. When I talk to people, I look at myself in the mirror saying, why not me? Yeah. So the whole thing is to make sure that, one, it's done right. Two, nobody, and I love the state of New Jersey saying the war on drugs has affected the black and brown community. So this is an opportunity to help the black and brown community. So I can literally say, I'm helping the black and brown, specifically Atlantic City, because we're an impact zone. Yep. The statistics have showed that high incarceration rate, homelessness, no father in the household, all that stuff is who we are. So I can sit at the table and say, yo, look, we got to have set aside specifically for Atlantic City. We have to have set aside specifically for females, minorities. So I knew if I wasn't sitting in this seat, me, nobody else. Like I'm, and solely because I got to give love to the mayor. Big homie, what's up? Where you at? Where you at? Got to give love to him, because that makes me a little bit more comfortable in how I move. Like the way I move, I always move like this, but now imagine your man, like your man, not even take away he is the mayor, but that's your man, and he's the mayor. I get to move a little bit more. So when I go in these rooms, bro, don't play with me. Like, yo, how many people you bring with you? 40. There's 40 of us walk. Cash, you doing a little too. And the mayor tells me all the time, Cash, relax. You gotta relax, bro. You know who you brought up here.
Yeah, you know what you did. When I
You know
got
what I
here,
mean?
yeah.
You know exactly what you signed up for, but it still got to be professionalism to it.
Of course.
It still has to be a respect. And most importantly, man, we can't afford to lose. We've been winning we came in 2019. Literally, we ran about 12 elections, won all of them, 50%, 70%, 80%. We don't lose right now, man. And that's one thing that the mayor does. He instills like, yo, if we own something, we own it. And we're going to put our blood, sweat, and tears into this because we're not losing. We might have opportunity. We might have space in there, but we ain't even trying to. We got kids watching us.
Yep.
We got females to protect. You know what I mean? We got moms to make sure that they don't got to work 7 jobs. We got real work to do.
Real
This
work to
cannabis industry is that's what exactly it is. It's an industry, and we're creating it, and we're writing the history
It's
the
an
way we
opportunity.
want to.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful opportunity, man. It's a beautiful opportunity.
So
That's
now
dope.
that and you've been going through the review boards, getting candidates and people who want to be operators, where do you feel is going? Do you really think that it's in what you envisioned? Is it coming to fruition? Are people opening? Do you think that it's going to be an equitable industry here? Like, right now we have the opportunity to, if it's not really, we got to catch it and be like, nah, this is the direction.
So it's just 2 parts to that, because like I say, every time I go to work, I'm the only director that lives in Atlantic City, right? Yeah. So every time I go to
That's
work,
big.
I'm 2 people. I wear 2 hats. I wear the community hat, and then I wear the government hat, right? So when this first started, I had a town hall meeting with the whole city. Oh, I need you to do this, you doing this, you doing this. Because I didn't truly understand the journey from starting the first thing, what license would I like to have up until opening into doors. I didn't know that entire process.
It's a long process.
So, yeah, and this is before I even knew anything. So I'm like, I'm talking about, I had the town, gas, we up. And now I'm like,
Gets a dispensary.
no.
You get a dispensary. You get a dispensary.
That's what type of time I was on.
He's
I'm not even
the
funny.
Oprah of Atlantic City. Yeah.
So I did my part. I did part of my part, right? My part is municipalities has to give you approval in form of a resolution of support. Yeah. Anybody that was from Atlantic City, you got a letter of support and a resolution from the mayor's office. I didn't care how I had to do it. You was getting that. You was getting that opportunity.
If you were from here.
If you was from here.
Yeah.
If you wasn't from here, you would still get the same love and opportunity, but I was making sure that you had,
Straight.
you know what I mean, your conditional license. Just being from the town. Let me see ID. Baltic Ave. Send him through. He's good. Right? But then what I realized is I start saying like, oh shit, this is real grown man business.
Yeah.
You need a lot, you know. I saying, hey Cash, I want to come to Atlantic City, and they weren't stamped by somebody from Atlantic City. I would say, I have no problem with you coming to Atlantic City, but I need some. It's not. I make enough money. So this is why I be getting caught up.
Community give back.
Yeah,
you wanted them to show you community give back.
Like
you're going to come into the city. You're not from the city. What are you going to do for this city?
Yes.
Because to your point, I'll say it for you. The casino industry came early. Yep, now I'm really going to talk shit.
Yes,
they
please.
came early, and they were not held to the same standard that cannabis is being held to. Same thing with alcohol. And although they do provide jobs, they don't do enough for the community. Plain and simple. We all know it. I come down to Atlantic City all the time. They don't ingrain themselves because it's like that boardwalk is a separate space, and they need to come in more.
They did the opposite. What's the opposite of ingraining yourself?
Ostracize,
isolate.
They did that on purpose. Like, you don't even see, they purposely don't market in or to Atlantic City. They don't want Atlantic City they don't even want it to seem like it's the same. They want it's still people here in America, on the East Coast, maybe even New Jersey, that says people live in Atlantic City. Like, there's people
That's
that
true.
still even say that
People
phrase.
They don't
to
realize
me.
it's an actual town.
Geniusness of what the casinos did. I mean, if you're a casino and this is what you're trying to do, the genius is they said, we're going to make it to where you can do everything under this roof and leave.
Yep.
Shop, sex,
Yep.
this all under one roof
And then dip.
and get out of here. So
Yep.
you never even get to see
Yep.
the it's like going to a resort in a different country.
Yeah.
You go in a resort, you do all this
You don't
stuff,
even know the
and
country,
You don't
really.
even know
Yep.
oh, right over there is where the community is at.
Yeah.
So that's where we giving it up a little different. Like when I say we, I mean this administration, the marriage is relationships. So we don't attack the casinos. You know, they're not doing. I tell people all the time when a lot of people come up and they call, Cash, my gas is off. Cash, this. Oh, why would this? And I say, yo, look, by me being in government, what I realize is not about right and wrong. It's about legal and illegal. What the casinos are doing, they're not doing nothing illegal. So it's true. That's what I'm saying. Hey, look, it would be better PR for you guys. It would be better for the community. It would be better for you guys. You guys would bring in more money if you did this, if you incorporated this. So the mayor, that's the one thing I'm talking about. He's been, and it makes sense. Relationships are relationships, man. It's not what you know, it's who you know. You know, so I'm trying to utilize the jewels that he dropped, and also use my my own personal, background and upbringing. You know, I got a cousin doing 22 years in the feds. Every male in my family is probably a felon, except for me. That's living in Atlantic City. I think every single male in my family that still lives in Atlantic City is a felon, except for me. So it's like I have to. I have to. And it is good, though. I get to meet people. I get to smoke some of the best
I'm about to say, you
cannabis
get the
in
good
the
herb.
world.
He get the good.
This is what they say to me at City Hall all the time. Like, it's a running joke and it's so funny, but I be so mad because I be like, bro, well, y'all suspended me for 10 days. Y'all wasn't finding this funny. But it was cool. It was cool.
I just want to say that I appreciate you coming on here and being so transparent, because I worked in government too for a long time. And one of the biggest issues is really interesting, because people are always like, they don't realize that transparency, people just want to know what, like, even if you don't really got it all figured out, they just want you to admit that you don't really got it all figured out, and we're learning together. This industry was brand new. Yeah. The same way that the operators and the people that were wanting to get licenses were navigating something new, so were municipalities.
Right.
I'll say it, whatever. I personally think initial shame on the state to come out and educate the municipalities on how to approach this. But they had incredible people like you who were innovative. They took initiative. They took learned lessons from other structures that they've had, which for you guys was the casinos, to know that you did need an advisory board. You did need to make sure that you prioritize the people in the city. But there were some things you did. I didn't know about all the steps that the state has implemented. And I think for you to come on here in government and say, we didn't have it figured out, and these are the issues, but we're through it, and we're not trying to be a barrier, I need to clap it up for you for that one.
I appreciate that.
I'm so tired of people in government not just being real, like, yo, listen, we didn't know, but we're learning from our mistakes, and we are going to be responsible here for creating an incredible industry.
Without a doubt. Now, see, this is the thing where, like I said, I give it up just a little bit different. Anybody that I gave a resolution has my personal cell phone number. Anybody that wants to open up a business in Atlantic City knows me personally. You're not just coming here to do business, open up a store, and leave to the city of Atlantic City as Atlantic Cityan. Like you're, and this is why I take this so serious, because this is fluid. This is everyday changing things. So I tell people the number one, anybody that's opened up Atlantic City, ask them, what's the most important thing Cash said to you? We got to stay in communication. Every day things change. Yeah. Like people will call me. I seen a lady. She came up to me, hey. So you know me. I'm like, hey, what's your name again? She's like, Melissa. And I'm like, oh, Melissa Shea. Hey, girl. You know, like I don't really know people by face, but I might be on the phone with you all day long. So I tell people, stay in communication. I might I might not have talked to you in 3 weeks. And in that 3 weeks, new legislation came out. We changed one of our resolutions. We changed some of our zoning or something like that. towns, man. Figure out every town's different. We know how we want it. We want it all. We want to be the best. We want Atlantic City to be the headquarters. We will be the East Coast hub for cannabis. But make sure that you're communicating not only with the people who want to bring it in, who want to develop and open up, with your actual community.
Yep.
Like all I do is talk all day long. Whether I'm in a barbershop, whether I'm having a seminar, a town hall, whether I'm at work, all I do is talk. 'Cause I didn't know.
Yep.
Where was this posted at? Who told you that?
Yep.
If you guys know the mayor of Atlantic City, Mayor Marty Small Sr., sometimes I tell her, I post and all that. Like, he posts, but we post everything. We want to be transparent. We don't want nobody to feel as though, one, you're being left out. Two, we're withholding the information. And three, we're not, we say what we mean and mean what we say. Like, point blank period. I'm not promising nobody nothing. I'm not going to jail for nobody. My salary is cool for me to take care of my family, so I don't got to do nothing crazy.
Yep.
I tell people, this is where I want to go with you, right? It's really nothing stopping us getting there. We just got to find out legally how we can get there. So and I hate, I'm becoming government. I'm using words like transparency. Like, that's just like a governmental word that you have to say because everybody wants to be able to see exactly what you're saying, but we're trying to be the new and improved cool government. You know what I mean? We're what's cool. We are cool. Like, we cool. Don't get it twisted. And when I mean cool, I'm not talking about wearing a pair of Jordans and this. That's cool too. But I mean, like, we grown men, in 2023 representing, bringing our people with us.
Yes.
Not only bringing our people with us, bringing people are of good stock to come help us on this journey, because at the end of the day, this is about the legacy that we leave for our kids, to make sure the generation after us is like, yo, you helped me, you made it easier for me to do whatever it is I want to do in this world, and to make our family proud, man. Like, we really are, the mayor's really that guy. He helping me become in that space, that space, so now I'm that guy in that space, transitioning in this whole new world.
Yes.
So it's like, I already got our people because I was that guy for, sports, entertainment, stuff like that. But it's like, oh, now we're talking about finances. Now we're talking about equity. Now we're talking about, protection, education. We're talking about the stuff that for so long has been deprived or hidden in only the.
Yeah.
Everybody gets it. Everybody
Information
goes.
Level
should
playing
be
field.
free.
Level playing field. Because
Information.
I'm not even trying to I'm giving head starts. You know what I mean? We giving head starts to our people. And when I say our people, I do mean black people, but I mean people who just with us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's go. We're a melting pot. Atlantic City has like 35 different spoken languages, mad different cultures. Like, that's one thing that we don't rally behind, that the mayor and myself is trying to get it really, really like that. When you go to cities like big cities, Philly, New York, they're big cities. They let their sports team, maybe everybody likes the Eagles, so you'll go to there's mad different races celebrating the Eagles. We don't have mad races celebrating one thing. So we want it to be government.
Yeah.
Everybody rock behind us. Let's go. I don't care what your Southeast Asian, Bangladesh, Hispanic, Haitian, everybody. Let's go. Let's
I love
get to it.
It sounds like a tremendous amount of transformation is happening here
Massive.
in Atlantic City, not only through the landscape, but through individuals like you who are going to the other side. You see what I did there?
Pretty good.
And it's impact, right? It's hope. And thank you for being a pinnacle of change and hope for those that think that people and folks that look like us don't have the capability and the capacity to lead, to influence, to impact, and to leave legendary legacies.
Facts. Let me just say this real fast. That I didn't segue that when I was like, I'm the guy over here, and then I could have said
Other
the
side.
other side.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't do that because I'm witty like that.
He's like, I'm really like that.
I know.
Listen,
Yeah.
we've we had some practice. So, but listen, we appreciate you so much for coming on,
without a doubt,
inviting us into your city.
Yes.
He's really being honest. I've been under contract a couple times, so we do need to talk about that because my shore home needs to be here.
Yes.
I want to slip. Listen, I'm speaking it all into existence. I manifest Atlantic City all the time. I always feel at home here because I love the beach. I love being in a beach city, but sometimes you go to other parts of New Jersey, it doesn't feel as welcoming. Much of my own people, and to come here and to get the best of both worlds. Yeah. But I love to make sure that I come off of that goddamn boardwalk and patronize within this city.
Yes.
And else to take that away from this episode, when you come here and you, whether you're, somebody who's just coming to visit or you're coming for one of these conventions or something, city. Can you name some of the places that you definitely want people to go out and patronize? I know I put you on the spot, but
no, this is my city. I love that. Yeah, you got to go eat at Kelsey's. Soul food in a 100-mile radius. Ask for Kelsey. Lil Kelsey gonna probably be there. Got to go to Swaps. That's on the walk. And I'm trying to send y'all to places that we all gonna feel comfortable at. I mean, you feel comfortable in the whole city. We don't have violence that's not targeted. We don't have people just randomly getting mugged. Anybody that get in violence in our city, we know who it is.
It's a situation.
Right. We know it. Go to Kelsey's on Pacific Avenue, 15 Pacific, something like that. Go to Swaps. That's a consignment sneaker shop, clothing and stuff like that. That's really the headquarters of Atlantic City. You don't even have to buy stuff, but you don't have to. That's just, you just go in there. Yo, what's up? Bop, bop, bop. That's just, you just go. That's my man spot, Carson. Couple other spots you got to check out. Our Black-owned business is a dead breed out here. Growing up in the 80s, I'm going to wrap this up because before the casinos was here, our Arctic Avenue was nothing but Black-owned businesses. Once the casino came, I couldn't assume that the casino, seeing that these businesses was thriving, and they were like, hey, look, you should come manage this place over here, and it's going to do this. And a whole corridor of Black-owned businesses. This is why I host the Small Business Academy, the Mayor's doing financial literacy. We're doing all this stuff to get our people to open businesses back up. And I say that in a sad tone because we don't have a lot of businesses where I can even send you to that's our folks. Like, I can send you so much in Atlantic City, but everything else, you just Google and see what you want to eat. You go there. But Kelsey's and Swaps. For sure. Outside of that, I appreciate the time. I appreciate you guys coming to the city, tapping in. That's the most important thing. I said that to this guy one time, like, yo, you guys got to check in. And, they looked at me like I was a rapper, like I was saying I'm extort them enough. And like, no, this is my town. When you come,
spend some money.
You know what I mean?
Not
even about money, just feel comfortable. Yeah. Hey, this is what's going on today that you didn't know. Hey, this, not low. Yo, listen, if you don't come in and I need this, nah, I'm not even off that. I'm a positive guy. All I do is spread love. It's the AC way. We taking that, Brooklyn.
I love it. Yeah. Cash, thank you so much for coming on.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
All love.
Coffee and Cannabis, like, comment, subscribe. This is our live episode. Corey, I think we done.
I did it.
Woo!
Oh, no, cut that off. I'm not taking a gift. I am a government official. I do not take nothing from free.
This is less than $25.
Okay, cool.
And
it might be 15 Jersey. It's less than $15.
Listen, it's free 99, brother. We appreciate you for coming on.
Without a doubt.
All right, that's it. Our first live episode. Peace. It was great. Yes.